Hey guys, Pupsker here, and today I'm showing you the best credit farming method in the game. Now, if you do this credit farm with a good party and with credit boosters on, you could earn millions of credits per hour. I'd say 2 to 3 million if you're pretty fast with credit boosters on. Now, this method takes place on Neptune on the index node. When clicking on the node, you are prompted to choose out of 3 choices: low, medium, and high risk investment. How it works is you invest some credits, and once you complete the mission, you will get a return on that investment. AKA, you give them credits, you get a reward. You will invest 30, 40, or 50k credits, and from that you will profit 75, 135, or 200,000 credits respectively. Now, this means if you fail the mission, you will lose out on the credits you invested, but unless you're going to do the highest difficulty, you should be fine. It's not really too hard. Usually you can get at least one teammate that can carry the team. Doesn't really have to be you, but I'd recommend going with a good build. So since you can usually get at least one teammate that can carry you guys, you'll want to do the medium risk run or the high risk run. But I would recommend the medium risk run. The difference in profit for the amount of effort and time spent in there is actually really minimal. I think it's about a 10% difference, give or take, so it's not really worth it. But if you have a good team, then you might as well go high risk. It's technically more credits per hour, just not a whole lot more. If you don't have a team, you will be auto-assigned like every other mission, which is why I tend to go on medium risk, because you never know what type of luck you get, and with medium risk, I can at least do it somewhat well solo. Once you get into the index, you'll notice it is pretty much an arena. In this arena, you will have to kill enemies and gather green crystals that they drop, or green diamonds, whatever you want to call them. Then you have to hand in those crystals to get index points. You will finish the index at 50, 75, or 100 index points, depending on the difficulty. 50 for easy, 75 for medium, and 100 for hard. Not too surprising there. If you fail to get enough points but don't lose in score to the AI, you will get refunded your investment. So essentially no loss, no gain, you just wasted a little bit of time. But if the AI has more points than you, you lose all of your investment. You get 0 and you lose your investment. The AI gets points the same as you. They get a kill, you drop a green crystal, they hand it in. But if you're carrying multiple crystals, they will also pick up those multiple crystals and can then hand those crystals in. So if you're carrying a lot of crystals, you should try to stay safe. Since the points are carried until handed in, you are able to technically hold as many as you can until either dying or until time runs out. Each point that is deposited adds 10 seconds to the amount of time you have, so you'll want to hold the points until you need to hand them in. Now, holding the points also has issues that come with it. When holding points, you get a debuff, and this debuff will decrease your max HP, shield, and slowly drain your energy. The more points you carry, the stronger the debuff becomes, so you'll have to be pretty careful. It's generally a good idea to run with a party where one guy is really tanky and holds all the points, while the other 3 are made to kill the enemies. This isn't really that possible of a strat unless you have a team, but it can work out in pugs, but generally it's not going to happen. If you have a proper team of 4 and with good coordination, the index is definitely a lot easier and it's going to go a lot faster. But not a lot of people do that because, it's worth it, but you also have to have 3 other people, so yeah, it doesn't usually happen. But since you get a debuff, you will also get a bonus. This bonus is a bonus of points when handing it in. It starts at 5 points and goes up in increments at 5. At 5 points held, you gain 2 bonus points for a total of 7 bonus points. This means it is most efficient to hand in points when you are holding 15 though, for a total of 23 points. Because you gain a bigger bonus every 5, that generally slows down at 15 and stops altogether at 20. It is also pretty efficient to hand it in at 20, but it's a little less. At 20 you get a total of 30 points, but at 15 you get a total of 23. So it's a little better to hand in at 15, but it's not really that much worse to hand in at 20. Any more than that, though, isn't really worth it. It is still fine if you have the time, since, you know, why not? But really, I wouldn't bother. Since you can continue after completing your first run, you can actually earn a lot of points without having to leave. But most people will leave after the first run, because if you fail while continuing, you forfeit all credits gained. So generally it's not a good idea. It's not like you lose a lot of time jumping out and then jumping back in, right? So it's advised to do one run and then jump out. Unless you have a team. If you have a team of friends, it's actually not too bad to keep going. But again, you have to stay safe, so it's pretty risky. Now, the enemies are groups of 4 with 4 different groups. The trading group spawns as an Auditor, Azoth, Jad Turan, and a Raptor RX. By the way, I'm terrible at pronouncing any names, so I'm probably gonna fuck these up. Don't hate me too much. Or do, who really cares, right? The Reclamation unit can spawn Lockjaw and Soul, Nako Jol, Pelna Cade, and Ved Zol. Oh my god. I hate saying these names, but whatever. Now, the Claim Investigation spawns are as follows. Daram Zan, Gendro, MWAM, great, and Tia Main. Now, the last group is the Investor Relations group, and they spawn Armis Ulta, Drew Pesfor, Rana Del, and 002ER. Wow, if anyone knows all of those off by heart, fucking hats off to you, you're a better man and or woman than I. Now, finally, the groups are random, so you can't choose which one you will get, so you can't necessarily spec out to be better at one group than the other, because it's all up to chance. The index also has some bonus shenanigans. Oh god, the bonus shenanigans. Now, if you stay in the index for 1 hour, it will spawn a unique unit called John Prodman. He drops an autograph poster that you can put up in your orbiter. So, you know, he's a pretty cool guy if you're into that sort of stuff, you know? A big old autograph poster of John Prodman. Amazing. The index also drops a large amount of mods, surprisingly enough, both from the enemies and at the end of the match. Some of these mods are weapon specific, while others really aren't. Either way, it's always a good idea to have more mods. Lastly, you get bonuses for doing 5 or 10 matches in the index, as well as getting 100 points in endurance mode. 5 matches of the index gets you the index badge and access to the index stage 2. 10 matches complete gets you an Exilus adapter and access to the index endurance. And finally, 100 points in index endurance will get you the index sigil, so they have some extra fun stuff if you're into that. And none of it will actually take too much time. Now, you'll eventually start spending a decent amount of time at the index, so most people will get these without really even trying, because you're going to be going for credit farming. That's at least why I go to the index. And other than that, I guess some people might farm for the mods, but it's really going to be for the credits, since this is the best credit farming place in the game right now, and probably forever, because this was definitely intended to be a credit farm. I don't really see it going out of style anytime soon. They have changed how the index works, like a little bit over the years, but that's just to make it a better quality of life thing. You used to have to wait for the time to run out instead of at 50, 75, or 100 points being finished, and that was really annoying. And that's why I'm making this video, really. I actually made an old index video, but the rules of the index have changed a little bit, so I thought I'd make another video now that I'm getting back into Warframe videos. So, yeah, 2018, the index, still the best place to farm for credits, but a little different. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.